Hi guys, welcome to my channel. As you know, my name is Nadira and welcome to my corner. So we're going to be doing a story time about the first time my kid's father put his hands on me. So how do I begin this? I just started. So we was at his family house and we went to a cookout. And I had a number to a cab driver because I was in school at the time and I was taking cabs home from school. So normally, if you don't want to keep getting people cabs, so I just got the cab driver's number. No pun intended, no funny shit, just got the cab driver's number in case I need a cab and he was available and all the other stuff. So he obviously was drinking. Yeah, he was drinking, so he like, oh, what's the cab driver number? So at this point, he just going crazy. Like, he was semi going crazy, but I ain't paying no attention to. He was on the steps. So he like, oh, you must be fucking the cab driver. I'm like, I'm not fucking the cab driver. Like, I called, he didn't answer. I'm not about to keep calling this cab driver. Like, it's other cabs. We could just get another cab. So now at this point, my son was outside and I had his little book bag. The book bag fell to the floor. Mind you, we were on the back steps at his aunt's house. So the book bag fell on the floor. I picked it up, went outside, and didn't think really nothing of it. Until, see, the thing about it is, this happened a good little minute ago. So my details, they're accurate, but I can't remember the whole scenario and every little detail, but I remember for the most part. So okay, so the book bag dropped and I go outside and get my baby. So I go get my baby from his aunt or whatever, his cousin, either his cousin or his aunt had my son. At this time I only had one son, my oldest son. So yeah. So I go get my baby, and now he's going fucking bonkers. Like, you fucking da-da-da-da. He just going crazy. He took my damn debit. Did he take my debit card? I'm not sure if he took my debit card or not, but yeah, I had a debit card on me too. So, long story short, he going crazy. Like, he having his little insecure moment going on, talking about fucking the cab driver, all this other shit. So his aunt, like, get in the car. So we got in the car because she was going to give us a ride home. So because at the time he was living with me at my mom's house, with me, him, my mother, my stepfather, my brother, my sister, and our son. So we get a ride home night. So we're on the highway, get off the highway. We get by the hospital, like on the vicinity of the hospital where I live at, and he talking shit in the car like, oh, I ain't signed my son's birth certificate, and all you want is this dick, and da-da-da-da. So I'm just like, okay, so I'm on social media, and I'm like, and I put, it's over. I said, fuck it, it's over. Like, mind you, backtrack. I said it was over at the house. And he took my son out, got my son, like, give me my fucking son. So, let's fast forward back there. So, he proceeds to snatch like, at this point, I really didn't say shit in the car. I was just quiet. So, he proceeds to grab my phone, throw that shit out the window into a complex, a housing complex. Now, this complex look dingy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It looks like a roach-infested something. Where, like, you know, it just looked like the projects. So he throws the phone out the window. Cracks the phone. So, but then he threw it in that complex or whatever. So his aunt like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go get that girl phone back. So he gets out the car. Go get the phone. The phone's all cracked up at this point. But, you know, I shouldn't have made him pay for it if I didn't. But whatever. So, the phone's all cracked up at this point. So, okay, so at this point, my phone is... He gets out to get the phone. So, he's still talking shit. So, he finally got to the house. Now, at this point, my oldest son was 3 months old. And he was a little like, he was a little crybaby. Like, he didn't like loud noises and arguing and stuff. It made him cry a lot. So, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm out of breath. So, we get in the house. I'm like, it's over. I can't do it. But I took my son out. And I think I either put him in his walker or I had him in his car seat. Like, I didn't even really get comfortably in the house, really. So, I'm trying to move out the way. He grabs my shirt like this and puts me up against the wall, talking shit. So, I think I called my mom. I'm not sure if I called my mother. But yeah, I called my mother. And I'm like, Mommy, come home. So, before all this, I was telling him back at his house, like, you need to stay here and cool down. Don't come home tonight. Just, I'll go home and then you could just stay here. Like, don't come home. Like, just, you know, like, because I'm the type of person, like, if I'm mad, I need space to cool down. Like, don't bother me. Don't talk to me. Just let me, you know, calm down, cool down. So he like, no, fuck that. I'm coming to the house. I'm coming home, come home. And he's calling me all kind of bitches. Whack ass, you know what? You probably fucking somebody else. I'm like, I'm not fucking nobody. Like, I really wasn't fucking nobody. But him. So, he grabbed me against... Oh, sorry, y'all. He grabbed me against the wall. My son was sitting right there and witnessed the whole thing. I'm crying. I think, like, I was crying, like, get off me. Like, stop. So my mother, though, so by the time he stopped grabbing me, I got down. And my mother got in the house. She's like, what's going on? So now I'm in the house with the baby. This shit. So I grabbed the baby. Matter of fact, yeah, I grabbed the baby and walked around the corner to my grandma's house. Because I was like, My baby literally had on a t-shirt. Like a onesie t-shirt, some socks, and a pamper. Like, because I think at that tells me that I undressed my baby when I got in the house. So, yes, I took the baby around the corner. And he got stupid outside. But I had my baby, the diaper bag. And, you know, I kept it trucking. Took my debit card, threw it out he took my debit card. I don't know what the fuck he did with it, but he stole my debit card. So around the corner, I'm crying and tell my grandmother what happened, and she called my uncle who owned the house that we lived in. Like, you need to go around the corner with Shahida, and he was like, all right, I'm going. So now at this point, he's still around the corner acting stupid. I'm at my grandma's house. My grandma drove me back around the corner, me and the baby. We went back in the house. So, I threw all his shit in the bag. Like in a black garbage bag. I was not playing no games. He had to get the fuck out. So he went back for my mother called all kind of bitches and all this other stuff. So, I'm just like, bruh. I couldn't do it. I was just... And my uncle, he like, oh, can I talk to you? My uncle didn't want to talk. My grandma wasn't trying to talk. Like, nobody was trying to talk because clearly he done violated. So that was that. He called his aunt picked him up. This is where the lesson comes in. So we broke up. We was broken up for a couple weeks. I want to say a couple weeks. And we was talking, like, I ain't gonna lie. I was young, dumb, and in love. I should have knew that was the first sign of an insecure man that has no problem getting physical from time to time. Like, I didn't think nothing of it. Because, as you know from my other video, I'm a sheltered person. Like, I didn't ever have to deal with anything like that before. So, I never seen it. I didn't really deal with it, so I didn't know how. And it's crazy because us as females, we talk all this shit like, let him hit me, I'ma fuck him, I'ma do all. But when it really happens, you freeze. Some people actually do it, carry out what the fuck they gonna say, but we freeze or whatever. So Yeah. So at the time I was in school, so he, like I said, I was in college, I was in school, and he comes to my school. I miss you, I'm sorry, all this other stuff. And at the time, after my class, I kind of sort of forgave him, so I would go after class, go see him, chill with him, go home. He wanted to see our son, so he like, oh, I was bringing the baby to see him and all this other stuff. Nobody really knew that I was, so it finally came out the bad that we got back together. But I can honestly say I regret, like, I feel like at that moment when I broke up with him, I should have stayed broken up with him and not took him back and not did it all over again with him. But you live, you learn. Ladies, the lesson in this is to know your worth. And if a man even grabs you, that's abuse. If a man even talks to you crazy, is super insecure, or just doing all that extra, you don't need it. Trust me, it's not love. It's just a sign of wanting control of a situation or wanting to control you. Now, he's not a monster. He's not the most fucked up person in the world. I'm not no angel. But when you put your hands on somebody, put your hands on somebody. And it's just certain situations that once you get out of it, you stay out of it. You don't put yourself back in that situation. So, yeah, that's my story. I can honestly say I wish it never happened. And it fucked my son up in many different ways. But we'll get into that later if I even discuss that. Yeah. But thank you guys for tuning into my story. I know it's a long video. I'm so sorry. It just says one of my little story times, and I want to get it out. And I know somebody out there has probably been in a situation where they had an insecure boyfriend or insecure girlfriend, and you don't really notice the signs of potential abuse or potential anything, because abuse could be emotional, physical, all that. Abuse is not just one thing, it's a lot of things. And I'll get into that with another video. Sorry about the scrabble. But I'm about to end my video. Present 2017, me and that person not together. I don't hate this person because, we created something beautiful. And we had our bad times, we had our good times, but I know that that's a situation or relationship that I don't ever see myself being in again. And that's that. But if you have any requests for anything, type of story, anything you want me to speak on, like, comment, subscribe below. And I'll definitely speak on it. But thank you for listening. And I hope you guys have a great night. I know Thanksgiving's coming up, so have a good Thanksgiving. And just be blessed. Bye.